Welcome back to another video on Epsilon Sports. And I usually make a short or make a post about the finals games, but this game specifically I had to talk about for a few different reasons. Had an absolute stinker from Tyrese Haliburton, had a phenomenal game from J-Dub. Miles Turner didn't play late in the game, so I'm gonna dive into all of that. The game 5 of the NBA Finals just wrapped up, so I'm recording this. And in OKC would end up winning 120 to 119. 120 to 109. Had an 18-point lead at one point during the game. The Pacers stormed back at one point to make it a 6-point game. I think that was the lowest we could lead to in that third quarter, but they were never able to truly get back in it because they weren't getting many stops. They even had it was a stretch where they had 4 straight possessions with 4 straight turnovers. And to get into the Pacers and talk about the reasons that they lost this game 5 and are now down 3-2 in the finals, it's a few different reasons. It's a few things that we can point at and look at when it comes to this team. First off, Tyrese Haliburton, he's not a superstar, and that's not a bad thing because not everybody can be a superstar. There's only a select few of players who are superstars in the league. Not everybody is a superstar, so there's nothing wrong with that. But you can't have a game like this in the finals. This was embarrassing from Tyrese Haliburton, and I don't think he's the Pacers' best player. I think the Pacers' best player is their most consistent player, which is Pascal Siakam, who's been a multiple-time All-Star, made multiple All-NBA teams. If the Pacers were to win the finals, Pascal will be the finals MVP. Pascal had another great performance. Pascal Siakam had 28 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals, and 2 blocks on 9 of 15 from the field. Shot 7 and 8 from the free throw line, 3 of 6 from 3. He's been their most consistent player. He was definitely the one that should have won the Eastern Conference Finals MVP as he did, and he's been great. It was the reason why he was selected to the All-Star team this year. It was the reason why they wanted to pair Haliburton with Pascal Siakam, because they can bounce off each other. If Pascal isn't doing his thing, then Tyrese can, or vice versa. But Tyrese Haliburton, he isn't consistent enough. He doesn't, and I'm not saying he should go out here and take 30 shots a game. That's not what I'm saying. But he had a game with 4 points, and he didn't make a single field goal. 4 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, over 6 from the field, over 4 from 3, 4 from the line. Why are 4 of your 6 shots from the 3-point line? It's not even trying to get to the rim. He got 4 free throws, and he made all 4 of them, which is great. So you 100% from the free throw line. I think in the series, I could be wrong, but he hasn't been aggressive enough to even get to the line. He didn't attempt a single free throw in the first 3 games of the finals. They've only had 2 20-point games. I'm not saying he got to drop 20. You don't even got to drop 27, 30, 32 points. I just need him to at least get to 20 points a game, because in both the games that they won, he's had a double-double. And one of those was a 20-point double-double. The other one he had around 17 or 19. I just want him to average at least 20. He don't need to be averaging at 37, 38. That's not his game. You don't need to be averaging the same amount of points as Shea. But what I'm saying is through the first 2 games, you shouldn't have the same point total as Alex Caruso. That shouldn't be happening for a superstar level player. He's a top 20 player, but I'm not putting him in the top 10. He's a top 20 player, I will say that. But it doesn't come down to him, and I don't want to hear anything about, oh, he's injured. If he's injured so bad, tell him not to play. That's what he can do. If the injury's that serious, he can either not play, and if he decides to play, then he needs to play like he wants to win. Because he didn't do anything in this game. Sure, he was playmaking, but he wasn't scoring. He wasn't being aggressive. He took 6 shots. 4 of those shots were shots he settled for. And 4 of those shots came at the 3-point line, so he's settling more than he's being aggressive. Then he got to the line, like I said, twice, and he was able to make 4 free throws. He capitalized off of that. Why not drive more? If you know you can get to the rim, if you know you can get calls easily, he hasn't been driving. Like, y'all want to talk about free throws, and Shea actually drives to the rim. He's actually putting up shots. And I'm not saying that he got to put up the same number of shots as Shea, but he's not putting up enough shots that Tyrese Haliburton himself should be putting up. So how can I compare him to other players? He got outscored by T.J. McConnell and Obi Toppin. Even Aaron Nesmith. He got outscored by Andrew Nembhard, who had 7 points in this game. Then Indiana, as a team, they had 22 total turnovers. So you're not going to win a game with 20-plus turnovers. I'm pretty sure they had a game with 19 turnovers in game 1, and OKC didn't capitalize off those turnovers. But OKC capitalized in this game, which is why they were able to win this game 5. But you can't have a game with 22 turnovers and expect to win. And mainly 6 turnovers from Pascal Siakam, 3 from TJ McConnell, 3 from Haliburton, a 4 from them hard. Like, you're not going to win a game that way. And then the free throws, they finally shot 80% from the free throw line. They went 24 of 30. But I said it's what I wanted them to do, go 80% from the line, and they did that. But it's Benedict Mathurin, a guy that I've been super critical of because I don't think he's as good as Pacers fans make him seem. Benedict Mathurin, he had 7 points and 8 rebounds, along with 2 blocks, shot 2 of 11 from the field, 1 of 4 from 3, and 2 of 4 from the line. So this is now back-to-back games where he's had a disaster class. He had the great game, game 3. Yeah, that was game 3. But games 4 and 5, he's been terrible. He hasn't done anything. He shot 2 of 11 from the field. So you're telling me a guy that's supposed to be a spark plug coming off the bench can't give you any offense. None at all. He can get you 3 rebounds, and he's out-rebounded Miles Turner, which I'm going to get to Miles Turner in a second. And then TJ McConnell was great with 18 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals. But you take him out in the fourth quarter, he only plays 22 minutes. TJ McConnell should have played more minutes. He should have played at least 25 to 27 minutes in this game. Where he got subbed out at didn't make any sense to me. I don't know why you would take him out. Then Miles Turner, you're the tallest dude in the state of Indianapolis, probably the second tallest in the state of Oklahoma. And you can't even give more rebounds than Benedict Mathurin. You had less rebounds than Tyrese Haliburton. Had the same as Pascal Siakam. You know what? Luke Dort had 8 rebounds compared to you. I don't know how Miles Turner survived this long on the Pacers. He might be on that trade block again soon, unless he's a free agent. And I don't know if Indiana's on. He's not worth paying. I wouldn't make that move if I was Indiana. And then Tony Bradley getting minutes was so weird. So that's how little Rick Carlisle has faith in Miles Turner. And he brought in Tony Bradley. And OKC starting Hartenstein once again. They won again. 2-0 with Hartenstein starting. 1-2 when he doesn't start. So probably if you start Hartenstein to begin the series, you probably would have won it already. This probably would have been the night that you won. But that's fine. That's fine. Coaches make adjustments. Mark Daigneault is the coach of the year, so I'm not going to bash him for that. But who this video is really about, Jalen Williams and J-Dub, the one that starts. The Jalen Williams that starts. 40 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, 14 to 25 from the field with its 50%, 3 of 5 from 3, 60%, and 9 to 12 from the free throw line, 75%. And he only had 1 turnover in this game. J-Dub struggled in games 1 and 2, not even being able to reach 20, which is around what he was averaging this season. Then in games 3 and 4, he had a 25-point game, a 27-point game, where he was putting the team in his back, and the series was tied after that in 2. And if he wasn't as disappointing as he was in game 1, they probably could have won that game, and they could have been up 3-1. But he performed a lot better in games 3 and 4, putting up back-to-back 20-point outings. The series still tied. You go into game 5, you don't know what you're expecting because you know what you're going to get out of Shea. But now it comes down to J-Dub or Chet. Who's going to be the one to step up? And J-Dub comes out and drops 40. He's up to 30 points in this game, and I'm thinking, I hope he can get to 40. Because as soon as he hit 30, I was like, it's like 9 minutes left in the fourth quarter. So I'm hoping he can get to 40 because I really did want to make this video. And J-Dub was able to get to 40 points. And a very efficient 40 points as well. And out of his, 25 shots, 20 of them came inside the 3-point line. He only took 5 threes, and he had some very good looks. He was able to get to the paint, took some good mid-range shots. He was very efficient and very effective in this game. The defense was good as well, as it's been this season, which is why he made second team all defense this year, which is just a performance that shows why he was selected to the All-Star team this year. Because I've said this countless times that J-Dub should have been the All-Star this year, and a lot of people disagreed with me. But this performance showed what he's capable of putting up All-Star. These are all NBA type. type numbers. He made all NBA third team as well. And people want to discredit J-Dub, say that the NBA is glazing OKC. No, OKC has been great because they have great players around Shea. Obviously, Shea is an MVP, but you're not going to win if you don't have other great players surrounding you. And that's what OKC did. J-Dub has developed. He's become an all-star. He's become an all-NBA level player. And he's earned this. And Chet, even though he wasn't as effective, he still had 11 rebounds and 3 blocks. Was closing out possessions, doing a great job on defense. Offensively, he struggled. 4-15 is not the greatest. He was getting hounded a bit in the paint, but he only took 3 threes, which that's fine, because I think that's the lowest he's attempted this series. But he was still impactful on the defensive side of the ball. He didn't do much on offense, like I said. But with J-Dub and Shea having the games that they had, and OKC's bench being as good as they were tonight, like that, it really didn't matter. Shea had a 31-point, 10-assist game, along with 4 blocks and 2 steals. Shot 9-21, not a straight shooting performance. But throughout the entire series, SGA has gotten to his spots, and he's gotten to the line. He took 14 free throws, made 13 of them into his spots. It's that some of his shots have become tougher because of the great defense that Andrew Nembhard plays. And Andrew Nembhard didn't have the most spectacular game, but throughout the series, he's been consistent on defense. Like, he's been playing great defense on Shea, making his shots tougher for him. So that's just great stuff by Andrew Nembhard. And some of those fouls, it's just fouls that Shea is going to get naturally because he's good at drawing contact and selling the calls, which is what most NBA players do. I don't know why we act like Shea is the only one that does this. But then you also get 14 points out of Aaron Wiggins. You get 11 out of Cason Wallace. You get 4 steals, and you get 4 steals from Alex Caruso and Cason Wallace. So not only are you getting offensive production off the bench, you're getting defensive production off the bench as well, with Cason Wallace and Alex Caruso coming in there and playing great. And this is why Cason Wallace is better coming off the bench, because now he's not in such a big role to where, okay, he can come off the bench, shoot 3 or 4 from the 3-point line, and then he can play some good defense as well. But the Pacers can't really do nothing with the double big lineup early in the game. So OKC has the advantage early. And OKC was able to win. Only thing, they only had 11 turnovers in this game. They had a few on the inbounds play. They had like 2 or 3 inbound turnovers. But aside from that, they did a really good job taking care of the ball. And OKC was able to win this game 5 to go up 3-2 in the series. And this game, to me, this series has proved a lot of things. I don't think Tyrese Haliburton is a superstar. And there's not a lot of people in that category of superstars right now. He's a top 20 player, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Pascal Siakam is still the best player on the Pacers. Miles Turner is Miles Turner. It's very disappointing that he's not getting 8 to 9 rebounds as a 7-foot big man. And there's nobody clogging the paint. Like Chet and Isaiah Harden. Chet had 11 rebounds. Isaiah Hardenstein had 8. They're both 7 foot, and they're really both in each other's way when it comes to getting boards. But they still had 19 combined. And Shea, playing like the MVP should, might be the first MVP to win a ring the same season. He won MVP since 2015 Steph. And then J-Dub, he proved why he's an all-star. That's what this performance showed. Then Mark Daigneault, he made a mistake. He corrected it, and now they've won back-to-back games. That's what good coaching looks like. And even Rick Carlisle's done a solid job. I just didn't understand his benching of T.J. McConnell during this game. I didn't agree with that decision. But if y'all enjoyed this video, leave a like, share, comment, subscribe, and let me know what y'all thought for Game 5 for the finals. I had fun with it. I've been enjoying this finals. OKC is up 3-2, and I do think they'll take Game 6 to win it all.